How's it going, guys? My name is Balder, and I am a YouTube Let's Player of all things airplane and flight simulator related. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Top Hats and Champagne charter flight to Nashville. Today, Top Hats, along with many high-ranking members of the community, will be flying from LAX here in Los Angeles all the way to Nashville. The wonderful people at Captain Sim have given me the 737-200 for us to reach this destination. It is definitely an older plane, but as we have seen with BioWare, sometimes older is better. Besides, this isn't your average passenger plane. It has been converted into a private jet with a nice 1960s aesthetic. It will feel like a proper first-class experience, except the drinks will be a lot more plentiful. So sit back, relax, hope you guys enjoy the flight. So usually when it comes to flight simulator videos on YouTube, usually they go through a very detailed process on how to start the aircraft. I'm not exactly going to do that. I'm going to give you a very down and dirty look at how you start a plane. So, guess without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and wait for that thing to get spooled up. Perfect. Now we got power. Let's go ahead and get the pumps working. Let's turn these switches on. Let's get the gas for fan, isolation valve, bleed valves, galley, there we go. Alright. If I got everything right, let's turn this on, turn this on. It is time for me to start the engines. So I'm going to wait for this thing to get to 20% N2. Just to let you know, 20% N2, or N2 in general, is the speed of the internal fan blades, as opposed to the external fan blade, which is N1. But that thing is going along nicely. There we go. Okay. Now it's time to turn the other one on. Same thing, wait until you get 20%. And there you go. Everything has been turned on, so I just need to get this generator on. Need to turn off the APU. And now it sounds a lot more quiet, so there we go. Gotta get this on. And this on, and we are good to go. Now that everything is all set up and ready to go, we are holding short of our runway. We're just going to add a little bit of power. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's take this plane off. Give it a little bit of power to stabilize the engines. Then we add close to full throttle. Not all the way, definitely close. Winds are kind of high, so I got to give it some right rudder. Ah, there we go. Now we're going to rotate at about 135 knots. As such, Now that we got that going, let's get the landing gear up. Trim for climb. We're losing a little bit of altitude on this turn. There we go. Alright, now we're good. Now I just need to set the autopilot, and we will be on our way to Nashville. Alright, so currently we are over Arkansas, heading into Tennessee, and we'll be descending for Nashville pretty soon. I really don't record the cruising altitude, even in my own channel, because generally nothing really happens during the cruising altitude. At least the view is nice, but it's definitely not nearly as action-packed as, let's say, the landing, or dare I say, the takeoff. Civil aviation for you. Alright, there is Nashville's airport. There is the runway I need to land on. One last thing I gotta do, close this thing. I'm gonna turn the auto brakes to medium. But that basically means is that when the plane touches down, I will have plane do the brakes for me. Also, the speed brake is armed, so that means that the speed brakes will also known as the spoilers, will come out and help with the deceleration. Last thing we'll do is that after we land, we will deploy what we call the reverse thrusters. That will basically redirect thrust to the front to, again, help slow us down. There's a lot of inertia and momentum that comes with these planes, so it makes a lot of sense that you would have all these maneuvers to make them stop. Or not make them stop, but, well yeah, to slow down, to eventually come to a complete stop, but ultimately it's the brakes that are going to be doing that. Either way, it looks like we have... Alright, there we go. Looks like we have our runway. Alright, now that we're lined up, we should be good to go. Alright, so those lights at the end, you generally want 2 red and 2 white. If it's a little bit too red, you're too low. If it's too white, you're too high. Currently we are on the little too low spectrum, which is going to be changing pretty soon. But I also need to lower my airspeed as well. Okay, there we go. 1 red, 1 white. Yeah, lost again. Slowly touch down. There we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nashville. I wanted to thank you guys for watching this video, and I want to give a big shout out to Top Hats and Champagne. Not only has he published this video for me, but he has always been a great friend for the years that I've known him. I hope you enjoyed the flight, and if you are into these types of videos, I encourage you to check out my YouTube channel, Balder Aviation. I do all things flight simulator related, and I tend to go into a lot of detail on how to fly, along with the intricacies of aviation. If civil aviation is not your cup of tea, then I have a lot of air combat videos. Because I too understand that sometimes aviation is not that civil. If you're into aviation, want to get into flight sims, want to see things blow up, or just want to know more, come join me in this ever-growing genre of games. Thank you for watching.